things don't just be a black issue, because I feel like even when it came down to the what was it, the whole Karen thing, where they were calling white women Karens for calling the police.
Yeah.
It made it to the point where white women were scared to call the police because they didn't want to be deemed as racist, right? Like, that was a big thing. If you call the police on some black folks, apparently it's about race. But there's a story that just happened in Baltimore. I don't know if you heard it, where a big tech CEO, she was killed in her building. Like, all right, so what happened was she let a man in her building, 6'4" black dude, tattoos on the neck and all that stuff. She's a big tech CEO, so she stays in a pretty wealthy area. And she let him in the building, and come to find out he got out of prison early, because Baltimore is one of those cities that's ran by Democrats. So he was able to get out 5 years earlier than what he was supposed to, for sexual assault. And then what happens? He gets out. He tries to kill one lady, slits her throat, but
she didn't die.
She didn't die. So the police was looking for him already. He found this lady, followed her to the house, and the lady let him in. And the only reason why she would let him in, he don't look like he's supposed to stay in this building, but she doesn't want to be that person to be like, I'm judging him just by his looks, because people are scared of that. So it's not only black people who don't want to call the police, or don't want to deal with the police. It's white people as well. And it's because of the propaganda that we've been fed for the last few years. With black people, it's even longer, because the whole, don't snitch thing. So, yes, we are unsafe because the government does let a whole lot of bull crap come through in our foods and all that stuff. But did we opt to be even more unsafe just by following certain narratives?
I can say that, yeah, because people are more concerned about what they look like as opposed to the truth. And you can see that in everything. You can see that in the clothes we wear, to the things that we choose to watch or laugh at. You get called a nerd if you're doing this, or obviously with dressing, people wear makeup, and people have fake jewelry on to have a persona. And so when it comes to protecting yourself, if you know something, people withhold information just for the sake of not wanting to be called a snitch, or even not wanting to be called a snitch or a Karen or whatever it is. So I do agree with that. Like, I do think that the way that we perceive the perception of ourselves is not honest, so it forces people to do whatever they feel like is accepted instead of what is right and true for themselves. And that has caused unfortunate events to happen that probably could have been prevented if there wasn't so much emphasis on the way you look or whatever. And that's pretty sad, because I got, like, there's people with identity crisis and 40-year-olds that can't even, they still dealing with childhood traumas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of that. That's difficult, man. That's a difficult way to live.
Would that be them trying to be the, what would you say, not
cool?
Yeah, just to be that stereotypical black person, or just to be that, just to have that look. Because a lot of times I don't think that people understand, even when it comes down to snitching or being a rat or whatever, people don't understand, if you're a civilian, you kind of can't snitch because you're a civilian. You pay taxes. If somebody's breaking into your neighbor's house, call the police.
And that's how, like, what they call it, the not the neighborhood watch, but it's basically like, if this is your neighborhood and this is happening, it is your business.
Yeah.